Hello, welcome to this 30-minute yoga flow session. So this is going to be a faster pace class, but remember, you go at your pace and everything will be okay. Take breaks as you need to. This is a recording. You can always come back to it when you need to. So the only props that you need today are maybe a block or two. You may not need them. I like to have them handy because I never know when I might need them. So I've got a couple blocks at the top of my mat. I've also got a folded blanket here for me to sit on when we come to some of the seated poses, as my hips are a little tight today, and being a little bit elevated makes them feel a little bit better. This can also come in handy for knee cushion, just in case you need it, if you need to do a modification of something. So we're going to start standing and go ahead and get started. So let's stand. Feet parallel, hip width apart. Good. And I'm just going to move forward and back here. Just kind of feeling all four corners of my feet. I'm just going to kind of move side to side. Good. And then from here, let's have a little bit of softness in the knees, zipping up from pubic bone to behind the navel, rolling the shoulders back. Let's take a big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. And just kind of settle into this nice standing posture. Now, some people have balance issues when you close your eyes. If that's you, you can have your eyes open, gaze cast down. My eyes are closed here. And again, I'm thinking about soft knees, soft tailbone, soft heart. Notice even while you're standing, is there somewhere in the body that you could soften just a little bit more? Could you soften through the shoulders or the face? As you breathe, can you find some expansion in that rib cage? Inhaling. Exhaling. Good. Now I'm incorporating the Ujjayi pranayama here. That's in your practice. Feel free to breathe that with me. We're going to do that for a few rounds here. Try to inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. Round 3. 4. Relax the knees, last round. Good. Be a little bit at ease, maybe do a little bit of a little wiggle, and come with an intention. So what would you like to give or receive from this practice? Maybe you want to dedicate it to someone or something. Yourself is always okay. And once you have that set, good, we're just going to bend the knees. We're going to take those arms up overhead, reach, and take that down. And inhale and lift. Exhale and down. Good. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale down. Good. Take it up and then stay standing, but bring your arms down. Good. So we're going to go into a little bit of a modified vitality wheel here. So I'm just going to kind of let myself kind of rotate to the left, and I'm just going to kind of ragdoll down here. My knees are going to bend, moving through center, coming back up on the right, back into standing, and then reversing that. Good. And then let's do that one more time. So this just prepares the spine for some deeper movement. Good. And then coming up and just get a little side bend and move right into the other side. Good. And then from here, taking hands forward. Good. I'm just going to open to the side. I'm going to step a little bit more forward so I can open a little bit more. Good. Open to the side. Good. So if you're a beginner, just let the hips go with you. Those of you that are a little bit more advanced, keep the hips forward. So rotation stays in the torso. And just take that to the other side. And come back. Wiggle. Good. Coming to the top of the mat. Good. We're going to come to a half sun salute A. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, take a hinge and fold. I like to bend my knees. You may not need to. Try to keep hips over the ankles. Use blocks if you can't touch the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Floor, block, shins or thighs. We're lengthening that spine. Exhale, and we'll bow. One more time. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet. Engage the glutes. Rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet. Engage the glutes. Rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Here we go. Modified sun salute A. Inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. From here, plant the hands. Step back into a plank pose. Knees can be down or lifted. Think about shoulders and wrists being in general alignment here. And I'm spreading my fingers wide. I'm rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, the pointer, and the thumb. Good. Some of you will drop your knees first if they're not already. Others will shift forward slightly. Try not to collapse with the upper body as you lower all the way down to the floor. Untucking the toes. I'm just going to move these forward here. Hands a little forward into the side of the shoulders. Elbows lower. Belly button is in. Legs are about hip width apart here. Maybe we come up into a baby cobra, rolling shoulders back. Maybe you stay there, come up a little higher. Maybe you come up a little higher. Good. Careful not to hang in the low back like this. Careful not to hang in shoulders. And we'll lower that back down. Good. From here, hands under the shoulders. Stronger, more experienced yogis can tuck the toes, push up into plank, and shift back down dog. Everyone else will follow me through a tabletop position, tucking toes, lifting knees, finding your down dog. Good. Now, spreading the fingers wide, we're rooting still through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. I'm pressing in and forward into the mat. My head and neck are free. I'm looking down at my feet here. My hips, my knees, my toes, my ankles are all tracking. I'm pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mound. Good. So we'll take this opportunity here, our first down dog. Maybe you want to walk the dog. Bending one knee, lengthening one leg. Maybe you want to come high on the toes and drop the heels. Maybe you just want to bend the knees and stretch. Find what works for you. Stillness is always an option as well. Good. And then from here, we'll find some stillness if we took movement. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, and tension. Inhale and we lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step back into the plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. I'm going to modify my flow here today. Good. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. So when you're flowing, you can take any back bend of choice that works for your body. Good. From your beautiful downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, and tension. Soft knees, soft tailbone, soft heart. We're going to go into a sun salute B here. This first one will be a little bit more traditional. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, sit back into that chair pose. Good. So press into the heels, press into the glutes. Ears and biceps maybe are in alignment with each other. Good. You can stay here. Maybe you can come a little bit deeper in that chair. Inhale, exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose. Take or skip your flow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee. Round. Step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Use a block in here if you need to for stability as you warrior prep. So back heel's going to turn in, toes are going to turn out. Hips, knees, and toes always tracking in the same direction. When you're ready, rise. Warrior one. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. Press through the back edge of the back foot. Find that front heel. Make sure you can look down and still see that toe. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen as you take that path back to the mat. Plant the hands, swivel up back foot. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Finding downward facing dog. Going right into the other side. Right leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee. Round. Step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Use a block if you need to for stability. Good. Left hip, knee, and toe turn out away from the body as the heel swings in. Press to the back foot. Get into that front heel. Rise with stability. Warrior one. Maybe front hip comes back hip comes forward. Strong and engaged in the front body. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Take that path back to the mat. Plant the hands. Swivel up back foot. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip that flow. Take it back, downward facing dog. Good. Take a moment here to reconnect with breath. Reconnect with intention. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, and tension. All right. We're going to go into a modified sun salute B now. Modified meaning we're going to add on a few things into our sun salute B here. So a word about what we're going to do here. We're going to go into a one-leg chair balance. So for example, if you cannot be in a chair pose such as this without your knees doing this, you cannot do the chair balance because knees going this way, trying to stand on one foot is not going to work. So from here, take a block, put between your knees here, practice that. You can come into standing and come back into your chair as we're doing the chair balance, but please don't practice chair balance in bed form. So from here, I'm going to take my feet hip width apart. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge back, and sit in the chair. Good. Now from here, I'm going to shift my weight over into the left foot. I'm going to pick up my right foot. It doesn't have to be high. Woo! Feel that burn. Good. Foot's going to come down. Good. Coming through center. Good. Weight's going to shift into the left leg. Pick up the right foot. Ooh, which side is your strongest? Left foot comes down. Come back to center. Let's pick it up. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale. Exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. Whenever you're ready, left leg lifts 3-point. Bending that knee. Round. Step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Use a block for stability if you need to. Warrior prep that back foot. Find your alignment. Find your stability and rise. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. Let's move here, pressing through the back edge of the back foot, keeping torso long. We're going to reach forward and take it back. And we'll come back up and we'll open. And we'll do that one more time. And we'll come back up and we'll open here into this back bend. Reach, reach, reach. Lengthen that front leg for a moment. Good. Now put a little bend in that knee. Could you swivel up that back foot? So think about your feet now in parallel railroad track formation. So your back heel is not grounded and everything is parallel facing the front. Good. So now you're in high crescent. Good. From here, back heel will not anchor. I'm going to hinge forward, taking my hands to prayer, finding a prayer twist here to the left. I'm making sure this knee is over behind the ankle, not behind it. I'm pressing strong through the back edge of the back foot, so I'm not lazy here in the thigh. I'm really opening through that left shoulder. Some of you, this may not be a good idea. Maybe you take a hand down here as you twist. Back knee can also ground onto the floor. It has nothing to do with your twisting ability. Being up is a balance and a power move. Inhale, exhale, come back to center. I'm going to lengthen my front leg and come up. I'm going to put a slight bend in that front knee. I'm going to hinge forward here, coming to blocks the floor. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. I'm going to press a little bit more through that back heel, lengthening that front leg a little bit and finding a long torso. So a pyramid variation here. My back heel is not grounded. I'm just pressing back through it. Good. Looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee, planting the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip that flow. And I don't like to come too deep in my flows. My rotator cuff muscles don't like that. So unless you're just super, super strong in the upper body, I recommend only coming halfway, not all the way down to the ground. Right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee, round, step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Warrior prep that back foot, use blocks if you need to. Find stability and rise. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. Good, we'll take that flow again, zip up through the front body. We're going to lengthen and come forward. And we're going to come up and we're going to open. And we're going to lengthen and come forward. And come up and come open. And reach. And lengthen that front leg for a moment. Come back into a bend. Swivel up that back foot. Whoops. Maybe with a little bit more grace than how I just did. Find your balance. Find your crescent. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, pressing through that back heel will not ground. I'm going to hinge forward. I'm going to take my hands to prayer, finding prayer twist on the side. Good. So I'm strong through the back leg. I'm opening up through my right shoulder. Maybe a hand needs to come down to the floor. Maybe the back of the leg needs to ground. Breathe. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to take that down. Good. Front foot's going to step back. You choose. Take or skip that flow. You know, I think I forgot something here. We're going to go back and pick that up, that pyramid. Right leg's going to lift 3 points, bending that knee. Around, step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Good. Now from here, my front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. I'm just going to lengthen. And I'm lengthening the front leg. I'm lengthening the torso. I'm lengthening that back heel. Sorry about that. I got so excited about my flow, I forgot about our pyramid variation. Good. From here, when you're ready, plant the hands. So we're going to step that front foot back. Just find your downward facing dog. And then from your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, intention. Okay, we're going to come to a real quick tree balance here before we come onto the floor. So from here, I'm going to start with my left leg being my supported leg first. Hip, knee, and toe are going to track forward. I'm zipping up. Now you won't see me look straight at the camera. I'm going to look forward and down here at this little spot on my floor. So you want to have a gazing point, the drishti, something that's not moving. And your hands can be prayer, hips out to the side, up. It doesn't really matter. It's what works for you. Soft front knee. So option one, maybe you keep your toe grounded, opening up to the side a little bit here, a kickstand tree. Maybe you take the foot to the shin bone, the calf muscle. Maybe you take your foot to the thigh. So you need to be on thigh or the shin here. Please don't put your foot on the knee joints. And the trick is not to have slippery pants, but press the thigh and the heel into each other. And I'm breathing here. I'm trying to press into the heel, big toe and pinky toe mounds. If you fall out of your tree, it's okay. Trees fall down in the forest every day. And whenever you're ready, carefully come out of your tree, shake out that supporting leg. You're going to take that to the other side now. And also too, I forgot to say something to say. You can always come to a wall or hold on to a sturdy piece of furniture. But right leg's going to come forward, hit knee and toe trap, zip up through the front body. Good. Maybe you choose to kickstand. Maybe you choose the calf. Maybe you choose the thigh. Good. Pressing thigh and heel into each other. Good. Pressing in the big toe, pinky toe mounds in the heel of that supporting foot. Breathe. Come back to the breath. Come back to the intention. And when you're ready, carefully come out of your tree and shake out that supporting leg. Good. From here, when you're ready, we're just going to come down onto the floor. Good. I'm going to bring in my blanket here. We're going to come into a seated forward fold. I will face you on this forward fold today. Good. So legs are going to come forward. Good. And I'm going to try for a little bit of an anterior tilt of the pelvis. So just saying my tailbone is going to come back a little bit. My hip bones are going to rock forward. I'm going to have flexion in the feet. You can have legs together or a little bit wider apart if that's more comfortable for you. But from here, big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Find your length. Once you've found your length, then fold into it. Breathe into that back body. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come out of there. Take your peace fingers behind your knees. Just pull them up, coming into Calver's pose. Now, if you are really tight in your hips, I'll show you a little trick here. You'll know that because your knees want to come up here. They don't want to. Take is your block at an angle, just so it's a softer edge for support. You can also put pillows or folded blankets under there, but we're going to fold high knees here. Floating knees are risky joints in this pose, so make sure that you're supported. And careful not to bring the heels in too close to the groin. But I'm going to hold here, nice and tall. Big inhale, exhale, keeping length in the torso, hinging from the hips. And I'll come forward here. Now my gaze is right off the tips of my toes. So there's nothing on my chest that my chin needs to touch. There's nothing in front of me that I need to look at. So head and neck becomes an extension of the spine here. Good. Inhale. Exhale, carefully come up. Good. All I'm going to do here is I'm just going to come crisscross applesauce and take a gentle twist. If there's a different seated twist that you would like to take that's in your practice and that's safe for you, feel free to go ahead and set yourself up for that. But I'm going to inhale, take my arms up. I'm going to rotate to my left. I'm going to take my arms down to the left, rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit behind me. Breathe and expand through the ribcage. Come back to that intention. Good. Inhale and left. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, take that to the other side. Arms come down, rolling shoulders back. Look a little bit more behind you. Breathe and expand. Good. Inhale and lift. Exhale, come back to center. Good. We're going to come onto our backs here for some supine work, which just means on the back work. Good. So as I come down here, I'm just going to kind of roll my shoulders back. I'm going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. My hips, knees, toes, feet, ankles are all tracking in alignment. So for these bridges, I don't want them to be too close to the glutes, but I don't want them to be too far away either. So my arms are going to be to the side, rolling shoulders back, big inhale, exhale, pressing evenly to the feet, lifting the hips up to the ceiling. Good. Now your body will let you know when you shouldn't come up any higher. Good. So strong front, so belly button is in. Good. Let's come into some heel rocks. So I'm just going to come up onto the toes, lifting the heels, lower the heels, Rock back on the heels, lifting the toes. Toes come down, lift the heels, lower heels, rock back, lift toes, lower toes, carefully lower that back down, knees into the chest, rock, 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 side to side. We're going to come into a figure 4 bridge here, and then we'll stay with this figure 4 for another little series, and then we'll switch sides. I'm going to start by taking my right ankle over my left knee. Good. So I'm going to let this knee just come out wide. Whenever you're ready, inhale, exhale, press into that left foot, lift up the hips. It's a lot harder. We'll lower that back down. Bring that into the chest. Find a nice little figure 4 stretch. Good. Foot's going to come down here. Make sure you've got room on your side. I'm just going to kind of scoot a little bit closer to the camera. Good. From here, everything's going to fall over to the right. I'm keeping that figure 4. I'm trying to keep my shoulder grounded here. Maybe looking in the opposite direction, full spinal twist. Now, if this twist is not for you, with the legs, you can always undo and come to one that does work for you. Good. Head back to center. If you need to undo your legs first as you come to center, that's fine. Otherwise, use your abs, your core, and come back in and carefully undo. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. We're going to take that all to the other side. Now, left ankle is going to come onto the right knee. I'm rolling my shoulders back. Good. Figure 4 bridge on the side. Big inhale, exhale, press. Notice now which side was harder, which side was easier for you. Maybe they feel about the same. This side is easier for me today. And then I'll lower that back down. Once I'm lowered, I'm going to bring this back in. Figure 4 stretch. Rock, rock, rock. Good. Bringing that down. Coming into final figure 4 twist. So I'm just going to take this over here. And you're looking to my other side. Head back to center. Engage your core, front and back side of the body as you bring everything back to center. Carefully undo. Take your feet as wide as your mat and just get a nice little windshield wiper here. Good. And from here, we're going to come into Shavasana. So I'm going to bring my folded blanket in as a neck pillow here today. If you have other props close by you'd like to break in, you can. You can be on your back. You can let everything flop open. You can put a bend in the knees. You can be on your side. You can be on your belly. Be where you're comfortable and can relax. And then see if you can make yourself about 10% more comfortable. And I'll leave you here for a few moments. Dropping into the heart space. Focusing again on your intention that you chose. Taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. Choose stillness or invite movement of the fingers and the toes. Choose stillness or bringing knees into the chest, choosing to keep the upper body lower, or maybe you want to tuck the chin and lift for a full body hug here. And choosing stillness or moving any props out of the way you may have used during your Shavasana time. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex through the feet. Bend and stretch through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, carefully bend in both knees, and you choose rolling over onto your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Staying here on your side as long as your body needs you to. And when you're ready to come up, carefully press yourself up into a seat. Finding a comfortable seat. Maybe you bring in a folded blanket to sit on here. Finding a little bit of length, ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment, fingertips to the side. Notice how you feel now versus when we started. Palms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach, and lengthen, touching palms together. Exhale, hands in the heart center. Connecting with that intention you made for yourself one more time. We'll take our thumbs to our forehead for good and true thoughts. To our lips for good and kind words. And to our hearts for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, evening, week, and month ahead. Namaste.